Welcome, foolish mortals, to another episode of the HitchHiking Host Show. I am your host, your ghost host, Wes Truth, and I am back with another Trending Topics episode where we're going to talk about what went down in the Disney parks this week. Well, without any further ado, let's talk about the news, shall we? Okay, we're going to kick off the show with a place we don't talk about a whole lot often on here, the Ticket and Transportation Center. Because beginning this week, all guests entering Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom via the Ticket and Transportation Center will go through new permanent bag check stations and metal detectors installed at the location. The new security checkpoint will be located right after the tram stop, and guests will not be able to board the monorail or ferry boat to get to the park until they go through the screening area. Though the vast majority of guests visiting the Magic Kingdom will be able to go through the security checks at the Transportation and Ticket Center, Disney has confirmed the park will still have some bag checks and metal detectors for visitors that arrive at the park by other means, including by bus and direct resort watercraft. Disney will also be installing bag checks and metal detectors at the 3 hotels on the monorail loop: the Contemporary Resort, the Grand Floridian, and the Polynesian Village Resort. The new security checkpoints will be installed at each of those resorts' individual monorail stations. So I know a lot of people might be saying, oh, there's so many security checkpoints, but as we know, safety is sexy. So better to be safe than sorry, right? So just know that all those new security things are going to come in play this week. Now we're going to hop over to the Disney water parks, because earlier this week, Disney began testing virtual queues at both Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach. Guests who want to experience select attractions, including the Downhill Double Dipper, Slusher Gusher, and Summit Plummet, and the new Misadventure Falls at Typhoon Lagoon, can now join a virtual queue and receive a card with a printed return time with a narrow 15-minute return time to wear around their wrist. Guests cannot pre-select what attraction they want to experience and need to physically go up to the entrance to get a return time wristband. And it's unknown how long this test will go on. So, I like this idea, because it's a virtual queue, and it has the narrow 15-minute return time, because when I went on the Summit Plummet, I had to wait 60 minutes in the, line, which was a pain in the butt, and that, but it was worth it. I loved the Summit Plummet. So, I think it's a good idea. We'll see how this works out. The virtual queues are getting popular because the Jimmy Fallon ride at Universal is doing this, and so now I think we're gonna see it popping up more at different attractions. So should be interesting. And now we're going to pop over to Disney's Animal Kingdom. Though the newest nighttime spectacular at Disney's Animal Kingdom started with a seasonal schedule, as of April 9th, Rivers of Light will begin 7-day operations for the spring and summer seasons at the park. The show will be performed twice nightly from April 9th to the 22nd, and then go back to single nightly performances for the rest of the summer. So if you're planning on checking out Rivers of Light, just know you'll be able to catch it every night in the summer, sometimes even twice in April. So make sure you figure out when you want to see it. And we're going to hop over to Disney Springs, because the new shop, we talked about it the other week, known as the Dress Shop, is now open at Disney Springs inside the Marketplace Co-op. Clothes sold in the new pop-up shop are inspired by Disney characters, attractions, and more, including the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, the Enchanted Tiki Room, It's a Small World, and more. That's right. So just know, if you are checking out the Dress Shop, if you want to check it out, you can at the Marketplace Co-op. And hopping over to the resorts, at Disney's Port Orleans Resort, Riverside, they are no longer offering the Bayou Pirate Adventure Cruise entertainment option. So if you are a guest that has reservations for the experience, you will be contacted by Disney in the next few days to schedule an alternate option. So no, your phone's gonna be lighting up from the Port Orleans Resort. I've never stayed there, but it sure seems nice. I wouldn't mind staying there sometime. Alright, now, something that's going to affect everyone at Walt Disney World. While Disney's constantly making small tweaks and changes to the My Disney Experience app, guests may have been surprised to find this must-have app has been completely overhauled, and now has a number of new features and enhancements. Though the last update of My Disney Experience brought a new hub interface to the home screen, Disney added easy-to-find shortcuts for entertainment showtimes, park hours, tickets, and blockout dates for annual pass holders right to the top of the screen. Guests can also press a single icon to make FastPass Plus and dining reservations as well. Very handy. Scrolling down on the home screen, guests will be able to view their current plans, similar to the old version, and can also view hotel, dining, and FastPass Plus reservations straight from the app's home screen. Guests can continue to scroll down to see currently available PhotoPass images as well. Outside of the newly redesigned hub area, Disney Resort guests now have access to other new My Disney Experience features as well. The previous version of My Disney Experience allowed guests to view their hotel reservation and confirmation number, but it didn't do much else for guests staying on property. But now the section of the app has been completely overhauled, and guests who have an upcoming on-property stay are now able to visit a special dashboard just for the resort guests, which includes shortcuts for ordering magic bands and viewing check-in information, including your room number. In addition, the new resort dashboard has a feature that gives guests direction to their resort using Disney transportation options and a map that includes walking directions to your specific room. I like it. Though the long-awaited bus times feature is still unavailable, hopefully the new edition will pave the way for much-needed improvements in the future. That's right. So this sounds like a very cool update. Some glitches finally fixed. Some things that people were asking for finally put in. Yeah, the wait time for the buses would be awesome. But, hopefully sooner than later, those will be updated. I enjoyed the My Disney Experience app. Anything to make it more convenient for park guests is good. Let's just put it that way. So definitely, if you're planning on going on a Disney World vacation anytime soon, just know you're going to have a little bit more help with the updated app. And finally, we're going to pop over to Disneyland, where due to popular demand, the Main Street Electrical Parade's run in Disneyland has been extended through August 20th. That's right, the limited time engagement return of the classic parade was originally scheduled to run from January to June, but this will give guests a little extra time to check out the parade's return before it disappears back into the Disney vault once again, and possibly forever. Just know if you're checking out Disneyland this year, you have until August 20th if you want to catch the Main Street Electrical Parade. One more time. Alright, well, that's the show. I'll be back with another show next week, as well as another HitchHiking Host Show 101, where we'll talk about the history of a certain Disney attraction. But until then, don't forget to subscribe right here on YouTube, youtube.com/HitchHostShow. You can like the show on Facebook, facebook.com/HitchHostShow. Follow on the Twitter @HitchHostShow. And if you want to listen to the show, or you are listening to the show, do so over on Podbean, hitchhostshow.podbean.com. And of course, you can search for the show on iTunes or Stitcher under West Truth or the HitchHiking Host Show. Until next time, don't forget to
hurry back
for the next episode. See ya.